Welcome to day 20 of How to Automate Your Law Firm in 90 Days. I am Shay Jackson, your AI automation specialist. This video is to take a step back and demonstrate to you how to connect apps to make.com. I know in several videos I would say I've created my connection and you would have to create a connection, but you may be asking, well, how do I create that connection? This is what this video is about. Let's dive in. Let's get started. I am on my make.com scenarios dashboard. Here, I'm going to start with a pretty basic module to start off with, and that is Google, because you can connect so many apps. Gmail, you can connect Google Sheets, we use Google Forms in our last series. So I will start with Google first. In order to connect any of your Google apps to make.com, you're going to add a scenario. And in this one, I will add Google Sheets. And just to preface this, I won't be creating a workflow automation. All I'll be doing is showing you how to connect your app to make.com. And for this demonstration, I'll be showing how you connect to a Google product, ChatGPT, and also Airtable, because they have um, different ways of being able to connect with make.com. So let's get started with Google Sheets. I'm just going to choose an action, and that'll just be to connect a row. Now you see it says my Google connection, which is already connected. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click to add, and I'm going to name it example or demo is better. And it's the same thing as if you didn't have any connection at all. I just won't go through all of the steps since I already have a connection. Now you have the ability, you see here, to sign up with Google. So I'm going to click that. And what it'll do is it will take you to a screen where you're able to sign in. Here is my Gmail account, my Google account. I'm going to click on it. And it's asking, are you okay with signing in to make using my Gmail account? And I'm going to click continue. Once I click continue, then there is a connection that's made. Now, sometimes if it's your first time, it'll ask, will you be giving permissions to Google to edit, to create? And all you would do based on the type of connection or permissions you would like Google to have, you would choose it and then click continue. So that is how you can connect using your Gmail account to a Google product. So I'm going to just move forward, and now I'm going to connect to ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT is different. I'm going to say create a connection. And you see here, as I mentioned before, there is a connection already established, but what I'm going to do is click add. With ChatGPT, what you need is an API key. And that's one of the things that I've been talking about that makes make.com so amazing, the glue of the internet, is you can connect to apps using APIs. Okay. Now, again, if the app that you want to use, if it doesn't have a partnership currently with make.com, if that application has a webhook, you can connect to make.com. But in this instance, Make does have an association with OpenAI, that is the creator of ChatGPT. And now I need to get my API key. In order to do that, I'm going to go, either you can click here, and I'll click so you can see and open it up in a new tab. It'll take you to what is called the API platform. And if I click this tab, you see it's the same thing. This is considered the developer side of OpenAI. In order to create an API key, and you see I have two. I have one for agent test to test out my AI agents, and then I have one that's called Gen Eng. It's just being able to create automations. In order to create a key, all you would need to do is go for OpenAI is go to the top right hand corner and click create new secret key. You give a name to your key. You tell whatever project it is. You can give permissions to that specific key. Is it for restricted use, read only? It's up to you. Now, one of the things that I want to advise you of and strongly encourage you not to do is share your API key. Because once someone has your API key, they can use it and you will be the one that is paying for it. Okay. Your funds will be paying for their API key usage. So in this scenario for OpenAI, all I would need to do is create a key, name it. Mine, I always use default project and I give it all permissions. And then I click create secret key. Once you have that key, you can, I would suggest saving it somewhere. And when the pop up comes, and hold on, let me see, because I can create another one and then delete it. When I create a secret key, here's the secret key, and you see it says, please save your secret key in a safe place since you won't be able to view it again. So that is why it has the copy where you can copy it and put it in a doc, a safe place where only you have eyes for it. Because as I mentioned before, whoever has your API key, they can use it unless you delete it, which I am about to do now. So here's the test demo one. I'm just going to delete it. But once you have it copied, all you would do, and let me delete it. Yes, I'm revoking this key. All right. Once you have a copy of your key, what you do is you copy and paste it in here. You really don't need to put organization ID for the workflow assumptions that we're going to be using. Workflow automations that we will be using. Now, if you want to find out more about organization ID, all you would need to do is open it up in a new tab and just read the information about using an organization ID. Okay, so that is how, and let me close this. That is how you would connect OpenAI or any other app where you would use an API key. So you may be saying, well, Shay, how do I get an API key? Depending on the application you want to use, all you would need to do is, and I'll use, for example, Anthropic. So for Anthropic, Claude, that's a language learning model similar to ChatGPT if you've never heard of Claude before. And I would click Anthropic Claude API keys. And I would go in, let me see, getting started. And here, this is how you would get the walkthrough of being able to create an API key for whatever app is asking for the API key. Okay, so that's an example. And you notice it's different from how we were able to connect with Google Sheets. Next, I'm going to connect to Airtable. You know, that's my second love. Make.com is my first love. Airtable is my second love. So I'm going to type in Airtable to search for it, and I'm going to click create a record. Okay, here is my connection. So I'm going to drop down and I'm going to choose my, okay, my Airtable token or key connection, and it'll say update your connection with the required permissions to continue with working with the app. So for this situation, what I would have to do is go to Airtable. Okay. And here I am in Airtable. And if you would have to have an account with Airtable in order to get here, I believe. and I don't quote me on that because I already have an account. So I think in order to get to the Builder Hub, you would have to have an account already established with Airtable, even if it's free. Okay. So here I'm in the Builder Hub. It's airtable.com/create. Don't, the only reason that it has the /OAuth is because I chose OAuth integrations. Now, in the developer section, because remember I said that using API keys and doing any type of authentication, it's on the developer side, not like, for instance, when you're using ChatGPT, you don't go to, this is considered like the playground or the dashboard. This is the developer side and not the user side. So again, when you're using API keys, you're more on the developer side as opposed to just a user using the application. Okay. I chose in the developer section, you have a personal access token. And the reason that I'm not clicking it is because you will be able to see my access token. And, I want to keep it private. And plus, I don't want to use that. Now, based on whoever's watching this experience, one of the things that I found with the personal access token, I have an issue connecting. When I try and I follow the steps, on Make, it gives me a 403 error code. And that's why whenever I'm establishing a new account or a new connection with Make.com and Airtable, I use OAuth integrations. And that is what I am about to show you how to do now. So again, I am in airtable.com/create. The only reason the /OAuth is there is because that's the tab that I'm on, the dashboard. Okay, so you see right here, it says you have no OAuth integrations, register an OAuth integration. I am going to click that. And what I'm going to do is I am going to, I went on the wrong way. I'm sorry. This is not the way I need to go. Let me go back to make.com. Continue. Here we go. So let me get out of it again. I did all of that rambling, y'all, and I forgot I go through Make in order to make the connection. So I'm going to try it again. So here, I'm going to choose a connection, my Airtable token or key connection, and it'll pop up and it'll give you that blurb that it showed before. Let me add it. Hold on, because I think it automatically added it. Hold on, let me delete this module and I am going to start again. My apologies. I forgot I go through Make in order to connect Airtable. So I'm going to choose create a record. Okay, here, choose an account. I'm going to choose my Airtable token or key connection. Here is the permissions. Excuse me. Update your connection with the required permissions to continue with working with the app. Once you click, this is where it will take you. It will say Make, which was previously called in agreement. It's requesting Airtable access. It's telling you what it'll be able to see, your data, your structure, and also it will be able to edit it. Do you want to give it access? And also, what do you want it to access? So I'm going to click Add a database. Now, for me, all of the workflow automations I will be showing you moving forward will be with Airtable. I know, and I may do a few with Google Sheets, but for the majority of the automations that I demonstrate, I will be using Airtable and Make.com. So I'm going to click all workspaces. But now you see that here are all the different bases that I have. And if you saw my previous videos where I talk about Airtable, you see these are the different bases that I created and also are leveraging from legal templates that Airtable has. You can just choose the base or you can choose all workspaces. I'm going to choose all workspaces because again, I am going to be using Airtable and make a lot, okay? And I don't want to just choose a base and then I have to go back and then connect again, streamlining business processes, right? Once I click grant access, then it will connect to make.com. I'm going to cancel it out because I do already have a connection, okay? And I'll show you, see right here, you'll see these should look familiar because these are the different bases that it was showing. What do you want me to have access to? But because I chose all workspaces, this is why I am able to access any of the bases. And that is it of how you connect apps to make.com. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I will do my best to answer it for you. If there's something you still don't understand, if you have any questions about automations, AI automations, make.com, Airtable, I will have a link in the description box where you can schedule a free 30-minute consultation. I am Shay Jackson, your AI automation specialist. Have a great day.